Welcome to my channel. Today's video was inspired by my good friend the road down bipolar. What I'm gonna tell you guys today is the story of maybe. The story of how maybe what you think is a problem is not actually a problem. Maybe what you're worried about is actually a good thing for you. Alright, the story of maybe, I got the story from Julian himself. I don't know where he got it from. But basically the story of maybe goes, after I tell you the story, maybe I'm also going to tell you how it actually happened for me in real life. I got a real life scenario if you guys stick around for that. So the story of maybe, basically, there's a father and he's at a farm with his son, and one day his horses run away, right? So his horses run away, and then his neighbors come over and they're like, oh, am I recording? They're like, oh, that's sad, you know, your horses ran away, that's bad, that sucks, right? You know, they basically, you know, try to sort of like, I don't know, kind of a negative pep talk in a sense, but you know, they're like, oh, that's bad, your horses ran away. And then the father just, they're like, maybe, right? He just said maybe, that's all he really says, you know, maybe it's bad. And then the next day, the horses that got away came back with extra horses. They came back home and they brought wild horses with them. And then the neighbors come over again and they're like, oh, that's so great. Not only did your horses come back, they came back and they brought you more horses. Now you're prospering. This is great news. And he's just like, maybe, right? And then the next day, his son goes out and he rides on one of those wild horses, the new horses. He falls off and he breaks his leg. And then the neighbors come over again and they're like, oh, that's so sad, that's bad, that sucks, that's bad that he broke his leg, oh no, we feel so bad for you, we're sorry. And then the father, once again, he's like, maybe, right? Maybe it's bad, maybe it's good, he doesn't really know. He's just, everything is really a maybe. I mean, you technically are not gonna get the final answer, I guess, to your death, and then maybe even after that it's still a maybe, even after your death. But yeah, so the next day, one more scenario before I tell you my how this actually worked for me in real life. The next day, the military comes. Knock knock. We're here to recruit for the army. What do you call it when they force you to join? I forgot what you call that. I wish. It's so bad right now. I should know what it's called. But basically, the military came and they came to take the son, where it's like you have to come join, like you have to sign up. I forgot. There's an actual term for that, but I can't remember right now. But they're like, we're drafting you. I actually ran to my car, grabbed my phone, look it up what that word actually was. Okay, so they're like, we came here to draft your son. But it's like, my son, he had a broken leg. See, the day before something bad happened. Next day, something good happened because of it. So they couldn't take the son, they didn't take him, they left him, he didn't get drafted, he didn't have to go to the military and fight some more. By the way, just a little side note, drafting is actually still legal in America. For those of you who don't know, and the actual United States government can enforce that whenever they choose to. It was never actually made illegal, though I feel like maybe it should be. I guess I can understand where there'd be a scenario where they might want to use it, so I am not for it, though. Anyway, back on point. That's the story of maybe. Then, you know, the neighbors come over and they're like, yeah, that's great. He didn't get drafted. Good, he broke his leg. And the old man's like, maybe. You know what I mean? You know, the point of this whole story, I'm going to get into my actual story of maybe, how this actually happened for me in real life. And it might, you know, resonate with you more. It might help you really understand this and take this in more. It's really a good way to just deal with all your problems and worries. You understand that, you know, something that bad that happens to you, no matter how bad it was, it could still lead to something good. It could put you in the position to go do something else. It could teach you a lesson that you needed to learn. You know, most of the lessons we learn are from mistakes made, and then you could go make the right move because you learned that lesson. Or maybe it just put you in the right time and place because you just happen to be there because something else went bad and now you're just here, and then something else good happens and it was setting you up for, you know, something good that happens. And then, you know, the truth is too, the other side of the story, before I tell you my own story, is it could flip on you too. Something that you think is good, you can honestly believe something's good and it could come out to be bad later. That's something to really keep in mind, to really help like set that whole paradigm in for you. Things that you think are bad could actually end up being good. Things that you think are good could end up being bad for you later. You know, like for example, maybe you got a new job, right? This is gonna be really drastic. It just came to my mind. You got a new job, it's paying you $100 an hour. You're so excited, everything's going great, and then you die on the job. so it wasn't worth it. Something good became something bad. Really drastic example, but just to kind of like paint a picture of how that could happen. Now I'm gonna tell you my actual story, maybe what actually happened to me and how this got inspired by the Roll Down Bipolar. Thank you, Mikey. He had a situation recently where a car dealership basically did him dirty. I don't want to get too much in detail about that because I don't want to waste your time on side stories, but I'm gonna tell you my story. What happened? I was working construction at the time, right? And I was gonna go buy a Jeep Wrangler. It was like a 2012 model. And at the time it was like 2015, so it was basically a brand new Jeep. I was gonna go buy it. The thing, had nice tires on it. The guy did a lot of work. He put a lot of time and money into it. It was a good deal and everything, right? So I'm not gonna buy it in full. I was gonna go get a loan from the bank and have to pay it off monthly so that I could have the car. But at the time, I was making more money. I had the money to do it. It was something I wanted to do, so I was gonna do it. And then one day, the guy comes out. After we basically agreed to everything, all that was left was me going with my dad to the bank, figuring out where we're gonna get the loan, how is it gonna be structured, working out the details of getting the actual transaction done. Basically, everything was said and done. And then he shoots me a text message. Doesn't even call me. Shoots me a text message, basically telling me, oh, somebody offered me another $2,000 or something like that. Somebody offered me another $2,000. And basically, while he didn't say it, he explained it and said it in a way that he was telling me that he was going to sell the car to this guy if I didn't match his number. And at first, I kind of just jumped on it. I was like, oh, I want the car. I was like, I'll match it, I'll give you the money. But then, long story short, try to not drag this on too long, I ended up not getting the car. The guy, I didn't like how he did that. Then I was starting to think about how much money I'm gonna pay for this. And it wouldn't be that much money more for me to literally get a brand new one versus me getting like a slightly used one. It's kind of a good deal. Versus I could go get a brand new one. I was thinking things like that. I never got a brand new one. That's still hopes for the future. Get a new car one day. I never had a new car. But yeah, basically I didn't buy the car. The other thing I was thinking about how much money was I really gonna be paying for the car? Was it really worth it? That's something I kept asking myself. Like it felt like it was a year's worth of salary, just like if I straight up saved all of it to pay for this car, not even to pay rent or do anything else with that money. It seemed like way too much. One thing led to another. But I was at the time though, I was bummed out about it. I was upset. I was probably upset about this for a month because of the way the guy did me. I feel like he did me wrong, and I had a situation basically everything was going well. I thought I was gonna get me a basically new car. Everything was nice. It was new. It was so nice, and I thought this was gonna be great for me. And then all of a sudden, I don't get the car, and it's a bad situation in a sense because now, basically, I didn't get the car I wanted. I don't know really how to describe it, but for a month I was kind of on this. I was kind of upset about this. I kept thinking about whether I should just try to go get the car or not. I couldn't let go of it. Eventually I did let go of it, and really the whole point of this story is to tell you that if I had brought that car though, the car that I really wanted at the time, I was literally going to buy, but then once something happened and the guy, he wanted more money, that kind of rubbed me the wrong way. I ended up not buying the car because of that. So what seemed like a bad situation at the time actually turned out to be a good situation, because what happened in the future is that nice construction job I was working, it sucked and I left the job. And then after that, I went and got my CDL. And then after that, I went and I moved to a whole nother state. And I would not have been able to leave that job, go get my CDL, commercial driver's license, and move to another state had I had those car payments. I would have had to stay at that job at the company that closed down too. So I would have to go find another company in the same field. I'd be working right now. I could have me a brand new car, brand new Jeep Wrangler. I would have loved the car, but I'd never get to use it because I'd be working construction maybe possibly 6-7 days a week. I'd be a laborer. I feel like I'm dying. I feel like I'm killing myself, but I'd have no choice because I have the car payments and I'd need to take that job because at the time it would have been the only way I could afford to. Now, obviously, granted, I got a commercial driver's license, so I could pay for the car like that, but I wouldn't have left the job in the first place if I had the car payment. I wouldn't have had the time to pursue going to get a commercial driver's license, and I would not have the time and energy to take that commercial driver's license and use it to move to another state and basically because of a situation that I thought was bad for me because I really wanted the car, I ended up giving me a better life. I got a better life in return for letting go of the car and moving on with my life. So many things happened, and I would not be here right now. I wouldn't be making these YouTube videos. I would not be on this platform right now. I would not be the person I am. I would not have my mental intelligence, my mindset. All these YouTube videos, I wouldn't even forget, like, I wouldn't be making them. I wouldn't have the intelligence, the know-how, or the ability to do it as effectively as I'm even doing it now, even though I'm hoping to do it more effectively. I would not be me. I wouldn't be as good. I wouldn't have all my knowledge, my intelligence. I'm kind of repeating that again, but it's really like a big sticking point. I would not have, the life that it's given me. I wouldn't have all the free time, all the happiness, all the access to things that go out that I like to do for fun. I wouldn't have any of it. All I would have if I had that car, the only thing I would have is the car and a job that paid me well, but I didn't want to be there. It was killing me. That's why I left, because I literally felt like the job was killing me. Like, I felt like I was gonna die on this job. Like, it was a real, like, brutal construction labor job. Jackhammering, shoveling, digging in the middle of the street, all kind of weather conditions, all time of the year. You literally feel like you're killing yourself for the job. For what? So I can have that car, so maybe I can buy myself a house eventually. But look, all this rambling, gotta cut this video short. All this rambling cut short, or cut long, because I went on for a while. Something happened to me in my past. I wanted to get the car, and I didn't get it. And I was on it for a month, but then I eventually let go of it, and because I was able to let go of it, I was almost like I was rewarded. Like the universe just put me in a position where it gave me a much better life in return. There's a saying, like, you never really lose anything. It just transforms, and it's like all I would have gotten from that car, since I let it go, it's like the universe gave me the abundance back in my life, and it gave me so many job opportunities. It's given me so many opportunities to live a better life. It's putting me in a much better position, and I'm really where I am right now. I would not be here if I had that car. If I had that car, the only thing I would have to say for myself is I have that car. Because I don't have the car, I can say I have a YouTube channel, I have over 100 videos, I've done years of research and study. I feel like I've developed my mindset to a really high level. Not that I'm like boasting myself saying I'm the greatest, or I'm like, like godly or heroic or anything in that sense, but I feel like I've come a far way from where I started, and I'm here to be able to share that with you. But like I said, if I had that car, all I would have is the car. I'd have nothing else to show for it. I wouldn't have any of this. I wouldn't have the life that I have. So basically, a bad situation that happened to me, and my sense, you gotta take it my reality and my perspective. That was a bad situation, not get that car. It gave me a better life in the long run. It put me in a life that I actually wanted to live, versus if I had that nice car, I wouldn't be able to enjoy it. I wouldn't be able to enjoy my life. I wouldn't be able to do anything with it but drive to work in it. That would have just sucked. Kind of wrap it up by repeating that last point there. Something that I considered in my mind at the time was so bad. Like, I was so upset about it. Like, I really wanted the car. I'm not that kind of person anymore. This was years ago. Like, now I wouldn't even get so hung over a car. But years ago, like, I was hooked up, and I just really wanted the car. And in my mind at the time, like, I was obsessed for like a month. This was like such like almost like upsetting situation for me. But once I let it go, the universe gave me back so much more, and I'm living a life full of abundance and so much more joy and happiness than I ever would have if I had gotten that car. Thank you guys for watching. That was the story of maybe, and I hope you guys start looking at for where your stories of maybe, where bad situations happen in your life that maybe you should let go, because maybe it's not that bad. Maybe it's not even really a problem. Maybe you're making it a problem by thinking about it too much, by worrying about it. Then all of a sudden it becomes stress when you can just deal with it, and it's not that stressful if you just deal with it like you would anything else. And also where maybe your situation is like, oh, this is so good, and you get attached to it, and then it becomes bad. Not saying to worry about that, but just saying let go of everything. Let go of stress, let go of worry, let go of thoughts, let go of your emotions, let go of having problems. At the end of the day, you don't really know what's going to be good for you and what's going to be bad for you. Something good could turn bad, something bad could turn good. And I hope you guys have a better calmer, more fulfilled, more successful, happier, less stressful, less anxiety, less emotional roller coaster life because you watched this video. Thank you guys for clicking today. Thank you for staying this long if you're still here. Please hit that subscribe button. I try to put these videos out every day physically possible. Thank you for watching. Have a nice one.